Evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Okay, so yesterday we have started with acid, bases, and salt. In that, for some common properties of acids and bases, we have to start with acids. The definitions now. Lisha, can you tell you what do you mean by acids?
Yes, ma'am. When acids are dissolved in water,
Hmm?
they dissociate to form hydrogen ions.
Hydrogen, or also called as? They're also called
Hydronium ions.
hydronium ions, right? Hydronium ion formula
H3O plus.
H3O plus. Meghna, what are bases?
Ma'am, those substances, when dissolved in water, it forms OH minus ions.
So it gives out OH minus ions. Those are called as bases, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Arvind, which component is responsible for acidic behavior? Which component
H
is
plus
H plus ions, right?
ions. Yeah.
Charan, which component is responsible for basic properties?
Ma'am, OH minus ions.
OH minus ions, right? So H plus ions are actually free H plus ions, and free OH minus ions are responsible for acidic as well as respectively the basic properties. Acidic as well as basic properties of a substance, right? So from that we have seen some common properties of both. What is common between acids and bases? So first part we have seen, that is first property they both of them possess, that is a they will show, acid shows its acidic behavior or bases shows their basic properties only in presence of water. Why Pranika, can you tell?
Ma'am, could you repeat?
Why acids? There is a first property we have seen, that is acids and bases shows their respective properties only in presence of water. Why?
Because hydrogen ions, they react with water to form hydronium.
No. No.
Ma'am, can I try?
Wait. Tanya?
Because they show the properties only in the presence of free hydrogen ions.
So acids' acidic properties is due to presence of
Free hydrogen ions, which when dissolved in water, they dissociate it.
so that means free H plus ions are needed for the acidic behavior
Yes, ma'am.
and for basic behavior.
OH minus ions.
So are they free in the powdered form?
No,
When the substance, when the acid and base is in the gaseous or powdered form,
no, they're not free. They are combined.
so do they show the acidic and basic properties in that form?
No, ma'am. They show only when dissolved in water.
Because reason is
Because they dissociate, have free hydrogen ions for acids and hydroxide ions for bases.
yes. So acids and bases shows their behavior only when they consist of free H plus or free OH minus ions, and these ions get separated or gets free only when those acids or bases dissolved in water. So therefore, the acids and bases shows their respective behavior only in presence of water. And there is a question, one basic question, that is glucose and alcohol, though consists of hydrogen or OH minus ions, OH, but still they are not considered as acidic or they do not show any acidic behavior. That is reason is they do not show any acidic or basic behavior because they, when they dissolved in water, they do not dissociate to form H plus or OH minus ion. Okay, so this question important, one marker they can ask you. Now second basic property, they both of them possess. So this was the first property. Second property is both the acids and bases conduct current. Both acids and bases are good conductors of current. How can we say this? How can we say this? Ronak? Yes, Ronak? Answer?
Ma'am, because they form free ions when they are dissolved in water, so it helps for electricity to get conducted through.
Okay. So, right, for the conduction of current, you have seen in the electricity chapter, the free electrons are necessary. If any substance which consists of free electrons, those only can conduct current easily. But in the solution state, in the liquid state, or in a compound state, the conduction of a current, free ions are responsible. If any solution consists of free ions, then that solution can conduct current. And as acids and bases, you have seen when they are always the aqueous solutions, and in the aqueous solutions, the ions are free to conduct current. So therefore, both acids and bases conduct current. They are considered as a good conductor of current. So you need to write in this one. Second property, which is common to both of them, they are good conductors of current. In a solution state, in solution form, free ions.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I can still say a biology part only.
Yes, ma'am. I can see a cell
Yes,
PDF.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now?
Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Now it's normal.
Okay. Both acids and bases are good conductors of current. Why? Because in solution form, free ions are required to conduct current. And acids and bases, when dissolved in water, dissociates to form free ions. Write it down. Hence, acids and bases are good conductors. Of current. Based on this, question is asked. Distilled water does not conduct current, but rainwater does. Give reason. Or why? Why?
Ma'am, because they react with the atmospheric sulfur, oxides of sulfur and nitrogen, which converts them into acids, and acids are good conductors of electric current.
Yes, right. So rainwater, distilled water do not have free ions. But when the rainwater consists of some amount of acids due to the dissolution of, so write down the answer for this. Distilled water do not have free ions to conduct current. But rainwater has some amount of acid due to dissolution of acidic gases. Example, SO2, NO, NO2, etc. has some amount of acid due to the dissolution of acidic gases, and we know that acids are good conductor of current due to free ions. Hence, rainwater conducts current. Okay, done. Completed.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The next similarity
Ma'am,
is
2 minutes, ma'am. 2 minutes.
completed.
Yes, ma'am.
So next part is dilution of acids and bases. So what is the dilution means? The acids and bases are of two types, we consider them. One is a dilute acids and another one is a concentrated acid. Second one is the base also, there is a concentrated base and the dilute base. So what is the difference between concentrated and dilute acids?
The amount of water.
Amount of water or amount of solute?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
The dilute solution, the water is more, and in the concentrated, the water is less.
Okay. So dilute acid means dilute acid is that acid in which the amount of water is more than the amount of acid. Dilute acid in this amount of acid is very less and water is more. Suppose for example, we can consider 30% of acid is present and the remaining 70 ml, 30 ml of acid and the 70 ml of water is present. So here amount of acid as compared to water is much lesser. Then such solutions we call as dilute acid solutions. And concentrated acid means concentrated. Acid means exactly opposite. When more amount of acid, more acid and less water. That means suppose here it is 60 to 70% of 70 ml of acid in only 30 ml of water. So total 100 ml solution, 70% acid solution, and this is 30% acid solution. So that means here the amount of acid is much more than the amount of water. So such solutions are called as concentrated solutions. And same thing for dilute base and concentrated base. Dilute base, more water, less base. More water, less base is called as dilute base. And concentrated base means lesser water, more base. Then such solutions are called as concentrated basic solutions. Now in this one, while diluting a solution, that means a solution acid is available in the concentrated form. According to our requirement, we are diluting it. So we need to add water into it. So for diluting a acid, we need to add water. Diluting acid or a base. Suppose diluting acid, more amount of water should be added. More water should be added in the solution. So while doing this, there is a precaution has to be taken. Even in diluting base also, some amount of water has to be added. Now while doing this, there is a precaution has to be taken. So this actually, why precaution is needed? Because while the dilution, that is a mixture, when we mixing water and acid, what happened? Yes, Rana?
Ma'am, if there's like 50 ml of acid and 50 ml of water, what will be called?
There is equal amount. That is a concentrated only it is considered as. 50-50 is considered as a concentrated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Now, while diluting a solution, actually diluting an acid, that means mixing more amount of water. Then only the amount of water will be more. So that means we have to add more amount of water. So amount of acid we have to decrease. Concentration of acid we have to decrease by increasing the amount of water. While doing this, we have to take much more precautions. What precaution? Why precaution is needed? Because this mixing of acids and acids and water or base and water is highly exothermic reaction. These are very highly exothermic reactions. So therefore, in that reaction, what happens if the more amount of heat is produced, the container in which the dilution is going on, it is a glass container, it may break. One thing happen, and that can cause a problem to the person nearby, because acids and bases are highly corrosive in nature. They can easily corrode our skin also. Very easily, they can completely digest the food finger. Full hand also can be completely get damaged. That may happen. And the second reason is, one more reason is, when the this one heat is produced, this process is done, at that time large amount of heat is produced. At that temperature, the heat produced, that means the temperature increases. At that temperature, that acid gets converted into gaseous state, and the vapors of those acids are immediately formed and moved and get moved in that air, mixes with the air. So any person standing nearby in that room will get affected by that acid vapors, because those acid vapors can easily react with the skin. Even mostly they will react with the eyes, and they can damage the eyes. The person can be blind because of that. Okay, so due to that, much more precaution has to be taken in time of in the duration of the diluting solution acids or a basis. So that is, instead of adding water to the acid, we need to add acid slowly, drop by drop, into the water. So while diluting, an acid, instead of adding water to acid, we should add acid drop by drop.
Due to the heat evolved during the when it gets dissolved, so can the vapors even catch fire?
Yeah, possible. So should be added drop by drop into water by continuous stirring. We have to keep on stirring. So due to that, now here slowly part by part acid we are adding. So there will be a heat is produced, but not as large as in the earlier case. So therefore, the acid, instead of adding water to acid, because their amount of acid is more, amount of water is less. So that is not diluted, and then that high amount of heat is produced, which can cause the damage to the people nearby, because the vapors are immediately formed, and that vapors can easily react with the ice and causes the serious damage to the ice. And another case, that is another reason, that is a container in which you are doing that process, that may crack and the spurt out, the solution may spurt out, and the person who is doing that dilution may hurt his hands. So these are the precaution has to be taken. So you had to write reason. This question is asked to reason why we need to add acid into water. Why not water into acid? Because, write down this part, because the dilution of acid and base is highly exothermic reaction. When we add water to acid, more heat is produced and acid gets converted into vapors. Vapors, which causes damage to the person standing nearby, and even container may break. And solution spurt out, causing damage to the people. Nearby. Hence, we need to add acid to water slowly, drop by continuous stirring. So this is again 2 more question. This is again asked for 2 more question. What precaution has to be taken while diluting acid or a base, and why? This question can be asked. It's done? Completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now one more question is based on this. Then what will happen to H plus ion concentration when acid is diluted? What happens to H plus ion concentration if acid is diluted? Will it increase or decrease? H plus ion concentration will increase or decrease? What is concentration? What do you mean by concentration? Recall chapter 2, 9th. Do you remember?
Ma'am,
Percentage of substance in a solution.
Concentration, percentage of solute in a solution is called as concentration, right? So percentage. So what will happen to the H plus ion concentration? That is a H plus ion, percentage of H plus ion concentrate, H plus ion, when the acid is diluted.
Will decrease
How?
because you add water, so the solute is decreased, so the H plus ions also will decrease.
Number of H plus ions are changing.
No.
Then how the H plus ion concentration will decrease?
But hydronium ions would be more, right?
That is H plus means in terms of H3O plus. Both we are considering comparably. So H plus, how many H plus ions are there? That many H3O plus ions are formed.
Okay. So it will not change.
So what will happen?
It won't change.
It won't change. Yes, Meghna, you raised hand.
And the amount of solvent will increase.
Amount of solvent will increase. I'm asking about the solute.
No, the solute will remain as is.
Now, if I will tell you one simple question. If this will, you have added, take 1 glass of water and in that add 5 spoons of sugar and test it. It will be sweet? Will it be sweet?
Yes.
5 spoons of sugar you have added to the 1 glass of water. It is much more sweeter. Now, the same glass of water you add into the jug. There's a full mug of 1 liter. And now add remaining portion completely filled with water. Will the, what will happen to the number of sugar particles?
Remain same.
Number of sugar particles remain same. And the sweetness?
It will decrease because there's more water.
So that means what happened here? Concentration of sugar is?
It's the same.
Concentration is same.
No, the particles are same.
Number of particles are same. So what will happen to the concentration? Percentage?
Reduce.
It'll reduce.
It will reduce. So don't get confused if I'm making you confused.
Okay.
So try to adhere to your answers. Here, for a very simple question, concentration, that means a percentage. So percentage will decrease. The number will remain same, but the total solution quantity already has changed. It didn't remain same. It has changed. Initially, suppose, for example, in terms of number, a simple example I'm telling you, it's not practically not happening. What happened? There is 100 molecules are there. In a one solution, if we compare it, in a one solution, there is some particles of sugar are present. Suppose 100 mole solutions are there, for 100 particles are there. And the 100 particles of water are present. 100 sugar particles, for example, I'm telling you, and 100 water particles are there. 100 ml or 100 grams, we take it. 100 gram and this is 100 gram. So what is the concentration right now? 100 gram of sugar is dissolved in 100 gram of water. So what is the concentration? 100 is sugar divided by the amount of mass of solution. Mass of solution is
200 grams.
200 grams into 100. So that is 2 this is 50%. So now sugar is present 50%. Now if I will add more amount of water, now 100 gram of sugar present, but now this becomes 1000 grams. Water becomes 1000 grams. Know how, what is the percentage now? 100 divided by 1100 into 100. Is that right? So 100 by 11, which is equal to 9.09, right? So what happens to the percentage now?
Decreases.
Have you changed the amount of sugar? Have you changed the amount of sugar?
No.
No. What happens to the percentage? Percentage is decreased because we have added more amount of water. This is what the same thing happened in case of dilution of acid. H plus ion, have you changed the number of H plus ions? No, we have not changed the H plus ions. What we have changed, the amount of water molecules we have increased. So due to that, the percentage of H plus ions have reduced. Clear? Is
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Shrishita, don't get confused. When
Yes,
the teachers are making you confused, we want you to be concept should be completely clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here when we dilute any acid, so amount of acid present in the solution remains same, but the amount of solution has changed by changing the amount of water in it. So therefore the dilution, that means we are increasing the amount of water, not the amount of acid. So due to which the percentage of H plus ions in the solution will decrease. So what happens? So H plus ion concentration will decrease. And what will happen to OH minus ion concentration when excess base is added to base? What will happen in this case? Yes, Shubham?
Ma'am, the concentration increases.
So concentration will increase because here the number of OH minus ions you are increasing. So ultimately the concentration will increase. OH concentration, that is a percentage. OH minus ion concentration will increase. Okay. Is it clear? So write down these points also. Question and the answer. This is one. These are 1 marker answer questions and answers.
Should we even write the sugar part?
No, not needed. That is for your explanation.
Okay, ma'am.
Only you need to remember it. So sweetness of the sugar is the concentration. Sweetness of the sugar decreases after diluting it. That means the concentration has decreased.
Will it be excess water added to the base, ma'am? For a second one.
No, excess base is added to the base.
Okay, ma'am.
Excess base is added.
Ma'am, once can you scroll up?
Yeah.
I need to write.
Why at that time I to give the time?
This is a 1 mark question, right?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm done. I need to write the last line. That's it.
Okay. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Now these are the common factors between acids and bases. Now we have to see the chemical properties. One second, these are the questions. We have completed this. You are able to see the questions?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the questions commonly asked in this part. That is the common properties between acids and bases. So they have asked first is, why do HCl and HNO3 etc. show acidic characters in aqueous solutions, while solutions of compounds like alcohol and glucose do not show acidic characters? What can be the reason? Gokul, can you tell me the reason? We have discussed all these questions. Yes, Gokul. Yes, Gokul, answer of first one. What happened?
Yes, ma'am. That's because HCl and NO3 are acids, and in
Why are they acids?
no, ma'am, because alcohol and glucose do not have any free hydrogen. No,
Yes, right.
free hydrogen molecules, so they cannot.
Free hydrogen ion, not
Ions,
molecule.
sorry, ma'am, ions. Whereas HCl and HNO3 have a free hydrogen ions.
Free hydrogen ions and one more statement you need to write, that is free hydrogen ions are responsible for acidic characters.
Okay.
So free H plus ions are responsible for acidic characters. HCl and HNO3 etc. have free ions are present when they dissolved in water, but when glucose and alcohols dissolved in water, they do not form any H plus ions. So hence they do not show acidic characters. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Charan, why does an aqueous solution of an acid conduct electricity?
Ma'am, because they get free H plus ions.
Only free H plus ions are responsible for conduction of current?
No, ma'am. Even one.
So it is any free ion.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not only H plus ion, any free ion is required for conduction of current, and we know that is acid when dissolved in water already have free ions.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Then next, Kushi, can you tell the next answer? Why does dry HCl does not change the color of dry litmus paper? Yes, Kushi.
Ma'am, I'm not sure.
Why not sure? Yesterday we have discussed this part. Pranika?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, it's because like when HCl is react to water, then only it shows its acidic properties. And since it's dry, it won't show litmus paper red in color. So when it is wet, when it is moist, it will show red color.
Yeah, because in that moist. So your acid shows acidic characters only in presence of water because H plus ions are free. So write down the answer of this, everyone. Third answer, why does dry HCl gas not change the color of dry litmus paper? So acid shows acidic characters. Acid shows acidic characters in presence of water. In presence of water, as H plus ions are free only in water. H plus ions are free only in water, and H plus ions are only responsible for, and H plus ions are only responsible for acidic behavior. Are only responsible for acidic behavior.
Could you repeat it again?
HCl gas being dry. HCl gas being dry, and even litmus paper. And even litmus paper. So due to absence of water, H plus ions are not free. H plus ions are not free to show acidic behavior. To show acidic behavior. Nanika, next question. While diluting an acid, why is it recommended that the acid should be added to water, not water to the acid?
The acid should be added to water, as when water is added to acid, it creates a high amount of heat, and it might end up bursting the apparatus it's in.
Okay, that is one. And only that much is the damage? Is that the only damage happens?
I think.
So what you have written 10 minutes back? Read it. What you have written?
Ma'am, 1 minute.
Before concentration, you have written something.
Yeah.
What is that?
A dilution of acid and base is highly exothermic reaction. When we add water to acid, more heat is produced, and acid gets converted into vapors, which causes damage to the person standing nearby, and even container may break and solution spurt, causing damage to people nearby.
You clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Answer already I have given, and you have written also. I have given more time so that you can realize that, and your brain will occupy space for that answer. So that's the reason I also keep on writing, and I'm telling you to write that one. I'm not telling it orally and living that. So I've given something writing. That means that time I'm giving you so that it will move into your brain. Only orally telling will not anything happen. So that is, it will not be completely saved in brain. So I'm writing because that is scientifically I'm doing. So that is while reading that 2-3 times, I'm reading one time, I'm dictating one time, and I'm reading also, and you are copying down also. So much more time already I have given you people to learn that concept, but you people are not learning. You are only copying down something, 1 hour spending, this 2 hours you are spending and moving out. This way, class 10th will not take place. It's much more difficult for you to cope up with the 10th portions. If you people, everyone are doing like this, then. Each and every question I've explained this part. I know nothing is new for you. Each and every question, answer also I have written also. You have written down, but still you don't know anything. The simple, basic questions these are. Santosh, next one. How is the concentration of hydronium ion affected when a solution of acid is diluted?
Ma'am, it decreases.
It will decrease. And the
Yes,
second
ma'am.
next one?
And 1 second. Ma'am, it increases.
So OH minus ion concentration will increase.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, clear this part?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone, all these questions clear? These are very important questions.
Yes, ma'am.
From NCRT.
Yes, ma'am.
This is an NCRT textbook. Okay, next we have to start with the reactions. Chemical reactions of acids and bases. So one by one, first we will see the acids and then bases. So chemical reactions. First, reaction with metal. Reaction with metal, any metal when reacts with dilute acid. All the reactions in this chapter we are learning for only dilute acids, not for concentrated acids. Dilute acid. Metal when reacts with dilute acid, it forms metal salt. It will form metal salt and the characteristic hydrogen gas will be given out. It is released. Example, zinc combines with hydrochloric acid. Zinc plus 2HCl, all are dilute, so we are not writing it actually. Zinc granules, when dropped into the HCl, or a zinc granule is taken in the test tube, and in that the drop by drop HCl acid is added. Then zinc vigorously reacts with HCl acid, hydrochloric acid, and forms zinc chloride, and the hydrogen gas is given out. Same thing when calcium combines with sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid. Calcium combines with dilute sulfuric acid, it forms calcium sulfate plus hydrogen gas. Next is iron, reacts with hydrochloric acid. It will form iron chloride plus hydrogen gas is released. Then what will happen with copper? Sulfuric acid is added to copper. What will happen if the copper is added, sulfuric acid is added to copper? Yes, Shreya? Any one of the Shreya.
Copper sulfate.
Another Shreya? Is she there? Yes, Shreya, what happens?
Mom,
Yes.
can you repeat once more?
What happens if the dilute sulfuric acid is added to copper?
Mom, it does not.
What happens?
Mom, it does not react.
Why? Why it won't react? Yes, Shreya.
Yes, Mom.
Why it won't react?
Because there are many other substances added in H2SO4 which does not allow copper to react with it.
Nothing like that. Arvind?
Ma'am,
Yes, what will happen?
CuSO4 and H2 gas.
Raghav?
Yes, ma'am.
What will happen?
Ma'am, it will form CO2SO4 plus hydrogen gas.
So first chapter everyone forgot, right?
Can I try?
Ma'am,
Yes,
can I?
Pranika?
Ma'am, it won't react because hydrogen is more reactive than copper.
Hydrogen is more reactive.
Than copper.
More reactive.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Right. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Like in the reactivity series, it's.
Yes, right. All these reactions, if you compare, check out all the reactions. So all these are the displacement reactions. Yes, in this one what happens? All these reactions are displacement reaction. The metals above reactivity series, above hydrogen in the reactivity series are able to displace hydrogen. But in case of copper, this is a dilute acid. So when copper, sulfuric acid in dilute form combines with copper, copper is lesser reactive than hydrogen. So therefore copper do not have the ability to displace hydrogen. So with dilute sulfuric acid, no reaction takes place.
Ma'am, so if it's concentrated.
Yes, then it will take place. Concentrated H2SO4 when it combines, then it will form CuSO4 plus SO2 plus H2O. So that's the reason concentrated sulfuric acid this year you are not learning. Therefore I've written there dilute acid. So we are learning the reactions of with only dilute acids, not with concentrated acids. Okay.
I still didn't understand, ma'am. Could you explain?
What you didn't understand?
Like why it doesn't react with dilute?
So what you have learned in displacement reactions?
No, like why it only reacts with concentrated but not with dilute?
Concentrated acids are more concentrated, so they have the ability to this one copper can separate it out. The hydrogen itself this one gets separated by itself. Concentrated sulfuric acid, the binding is lesser binded, so they can easily split out to form water and sulfur dioxide, and remaining sulfur SO4 can combine with copper. When the concentrated increases, the strength of that acid increases. More number of H plus ions are there. So they can separate out easily, separating the H2SO4, splitting the H2SO4. Now here this one hydrogen gas, test of hydrogen gas, the gas coming out here is the hydrogen gas. This hydrogen gas is colorless and odorless. Hydrogen gas evolved is colorless and odorless. Then how to find out? How to test the hydrogen gas?
When you get
Test for
bubbles.
the pop sound.
Yes. So when we bring matchstick, so that is burning matchstick or a burning candle near to the gas, it burns with pop sound. Okay, so this is the test of hydrogen gas. You have to remember. So write down this part.
Ma'am? Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am? Ma'am, can you hear me?
Completed?
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, can I join through another device? Because the
Yeah.
net is slow.
Okay, fine. Have you finished this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is reaction with metal carbonate and metal hydrogen carbonate. One second, wait for Fine. So here next is reaction with metal carbonate and metal hydrogen carbonate. The second test, reaction of acids, one with bases also. Base reacts with metal. So metal plus base combines to form, again it will form metal salt, and the hydrogen gas is also given out in the same case. But one condition here, are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
So metal also reacts with base to form metal salt and hydrogen, but not all the metals do not react with bases, because bases itself are again metals. So all metals don't have the property to react with bases. Yes, do not react with metal. There are very few metals which can react with base. Do not react with base. Very few metals only we can compare, that is aluminium, zinc, lead, tin can only react with base. Can only react with base to form hydrogen gas. These have the unique property due to which these metals only react with bases to form the salt and hydrogen gas. So out of that, the first one, aluminium combines with sodium hydroxide, NaOH. It will produce NaAlO2 plus H2. What is this salt name? What is this salt name?
Hydroxide.
Name of the salt?
Sodium aluminate.
Yes, it is sodium aluminate. In the first, while I've given you polyatomic radicals, in that I have given AlO2 ion is a aluminate. Then zinc combines with sodium hydroxide, which produces sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2 plus hydrogen gas. So this is sodium zincate. Lead also reacts. These reactions are not there. Only this reaction is present in the textbook. Is there in the textbook. So it is formed Na2PbO2 plus hydrogen gas is produced. So formula is sodium plumbate. Tin reactions are not there. It won't easily react. It will react, but not easily. So these are the main elements. Whenever the question is asked, all the metals do not react with base, but there are few metals which can react with bases to give out hydrogen gas. Those are aluminium, zinc, and lead. Don't do with the tin because tin's reactions are less, very less. So aluminium combines with sodium hydroxide, it will form sodium aluminate. Zinc reacts with sodium hydroxide, so it will form sodium zincate. And lead combines with sodium hydroxide, that will form sodium plumbate. These are important. The second one is very, very important. Okay, completed?
Yes, ma'am.
The next is reaction with bases, metal carbonates. Metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate, that is bicarbonates. So reaction with metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonates, in that metal carbonate means Na2CO3, sodium hydrogen carbonate NaHCO3, calcium carbonate calcium hydrogen carbonate. So whenever metal carbonate or hydrogen carbonate, metal hydrogen carbonates combines with dilute acid, it will form metal salt, water, and carbon dioxide gas is given out. It will give out carbon dioxide gas. The characteristic property is the formation of carbon dioxide gas in this reaction. So special characteristic, formation of carbon dioxide. So when sodium carbonate combines with HCl gas, it will form sodium chloride plus H2O plus CO2 gas. Carbon dioxide gas is given out. Same compounds are formed when sodium hydrogen carbonates combine with HCl. So it will form again the same sodium chloride, common salt is formed, H2O and CO2 gas is released. Calcium carbonate, also same. Calcium carbonate common name is, what is the common name of calcium carbonate?
Limestone.
Limestone. And again it is also found in the form of, in
Marble.
volatile forms, marble. Then another,
Chalk.
chalk powder, right? Limestone, chalk powder, marble, eggshell. So these are the in this form the calcium carbonate is present in the nature. Now marble cancer. Have you heard the word marble cancer in air
Yes, ma'am.
pollution chapter?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
Taj Mahal loses its white shine. That is marble. That is
Yes,
made up
ma'am.
of marble. So that becomes yellowish due to this reaction. So that is made up of calcium carbonate. When it reacts with acid, it produces calcium chloride, water, and carbon dioxide. So corrosion of calcium carbonate has taken place. That is a corrosion of marble, which is called as marble cancer. Okay. So now here the gas evolved as carbon dioxide gas. So test for carbon dioxide gas. So there are 3 tests. First is it produces with brisk effervescence. Fizzing can be seen. So when you open the cold drink bottle, how you feel it, that's fizzing you can see. That is called as brisk effervescence. Or you can observe when ENO is added to water. So immediately you can see that fizzing effect. So that is only we call as brisk effervescence. Second one, it turns lime water milky. It turns lime water milky. And the third one, it extinguishes fire. So any burning candle is brought near this gas, it will immediately extinguished. So it turns lime water milky. That test you need to remember the reaction also. So what happens? This carbon dioxide combines with lime water. That is calcium hydroxide. Carbon dioxide combines with calcium hydroxide and forms calcium carbonate and water. So due to the formation of calcium carbonate, it gives the milkiness to the solution. So milkiness is due to the formation of calcium carbonate. Now excess carbon dioxide is passed through the same solution. When excess, keep on passing carbon dioxide through that solution. That means here every solution has been converted into calcium carbonate and water. And you keep on passing carbon dioxide, then the milkiness disappears due to the formation of CaHCO3 twice, calcium hydrogen carbonate. Calcium hydrogen carbonate is formed when excess carbon dioxide is passed through it, due to which the milkiness disappears because this solution is colorless solution. Calcium hydrogen carbonate is a colorless solution, so milkiness disappears when excess carbon dioxide is passed through the solution, lime water solution. So when you pass carbon dioxide through the lime water, it turns milky due to the formation of calcium carbonate. And when through that solution you keep on passing carbon dioxide, then calcium hydrogen carbonate is formed, hydrogen carbonate is formed, which is colorless, due to which the milkiness disappears. Is this clear? So these two reactions are also important. And the third test is it extinguishes fire. So these three tests you need to know for carbon dioxide. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So write it down and then start maths. Bases won't react with metal carbonates. So no reaction for base. This is a reaction only for dilute acid.
Ma'am, could you scroll down a little? Thank you, ma'am. Oh, done. हाँ आधा 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 इधर इधर I didn't Ma'am.
Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, could you scroll down? Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Repeat the point. Yes, ma'am. Could you repeat the point where they said, like, when does this thing turn more milky and less milky?
The reactions I have written. Both
So
the
when
reactions are
more water is
more carbon dioxide is added. When more carbon dioxide is added, milkiness disappears.